Thank you so much for joining me so we can have a little chat. Hello Kelky, so I'm joined with Ali and Kelky, and I'm just going to have a little chat about my classes. Ali's been coming to you for a while.
I've been coming here for 2 years, so it's just about exactly 2 years. I think it was about August I started, so I did 6 months of classes, then we went virtual.
Yeah.
That was fun. That's when Kelky started doing classes.
And so Kelky's become a bit of a Pilates pro.
Yes, she's a definite Pilates pro and she helps me.
Yeah, I don't think helping out at home. And so what was it that made you decide to start the Pilates?
I was starting to feel stiff, I was starting to feel unflexible, I was starting to feel unfit. I did a lot of agility with the dogs and I was just not feeling good. And a couple of my friends started doing Pilates here, and I had a diagnosis of having my hips failing, and I was going to need a hip replacement. So I was looking for some sort of exercise that would make me feel better, but wouldn't be high impact. And I was terrified, and they said, come and try Pilates, and I thought, no, I don't want to try Pilates, I'm going to feel stupid. It's going to be full of all these people with false nails and false hair and they're all going to be sort of beautiful and slender and I'm going to not be able to do it and they'll all laugh at me. That didn't happen.
Good. I'm pleased that didn't happen. Yeah, that's what I say. That doesn't sound like many people that come to my classes.
It's not, that's what I found. I came along and the class was welcoming. People were all sorts of different abilities, different ages, different shapes, different genders, and I didn't ever feel that people looked down on me for not being able to do something, and the lessons allowed me to do things at the level I felt comfortable to do. So you'd have people doing harder things and people like me do easier things, but there wasn't any pressure or being looked down upon for it, even as it's still there.
Whereas now you're doing the harder things and you're seeing new people coming along doing the easier things.
Absolutely, and the changes that happened, the changes were really, really quick to happen, to be honest. One of the first changes I noticed was a really strange one. I've got dogs, as you can tell, and when you've got dogs, you have to pick up poo. That involves bending down. I was actually finding it quite difficult to bend down to pick up poo. But I've been coming to Pilates for 3 or 4 weeks. It was easy. I could touch the floor again.
You noticed it?
Oh, absolutely. That was one of the first things I noticed. And the strange thing is, you can pick up poo when you do Pilates.
That's my new marketing for you.
That's it. Yes.
That's how you
want to pick up your poo? Do Pilates.
Yeah, I'll start using that one.
Yeah. What it meant is I could actually bend down without huffing and panting. And the other thing I noticed was when my hip was starting to fail, and this was 2 years ago, I actually started to be able to move properly again, and I actually started to be able to run better with my agility. I've never been able to run well, never will be able to, and it's actually supported my hip through all that. And although I am overweight now, at least the overweightness isn't all blubber now. I did notice the tightening up of my body.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel like I was drowning in a sea of fat anymore. So it's made a lot of changes.
So kind of feeling more toned from it.
Feeling more toned. It's made me lose weight. That's my own fault. I eat too much. But it has made the weight I've got a lot more acceptable.
Yeah, and do you feel when you're doing like your dog agility, you're feeling like it's easier for you to move when you're doing that as well?
Much easier. Yeah. Gardening is easier. I know that sounds stupid, but it used to be, how am I going to pull those weeds up? They're an awful long way down there. Now I can stand there and pull the weeds up, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, it's really good, especially with your hips as well.
Absolutely.
Like you say, you're waiting for a hip replacement.
I'm now waiting for a hip replacement, but even at that point, I'm active, I'm still walking the dogs for an hour a day, and the consultant who I saw was really, really pleased with the amount of muscle I had, and said that my recovery time is going to be an awful lot quicker because of the work I've been doing.
Yeah, and I think we had a chat about this the other day, didn't we? Saying that like I'm so pleased with like how hard you've worked in the classes to make yourself so strong, even though we know you've got those osteoarthritic changes and you know, that does cause you pain still, you're managing to kind of push through and keep yourself strong. And we know that actually if you keep yourself strong, your recovery after having something like a hip replacement is going to be so much better.
Absolutely. I'm hoping to be back on my feet when they say 3 to 6 weeks, I'm hoping it's been 3 weeks, because I've got the muscle tone from doing these classes, and I'm hoping, and because you are a proper Pilates instructor with proper qualifications, rather than you did a 1 week course and think you know everything, you've got, you know, NHS background. I'm hoping that once I've had my hip replacement, that I'll be able to come back to classes a lot quicker, because you will know what I should be, what I should or shouldn't do, and you'll be able to help me with that.
Yeah, to tailor it to what you can and can't do, because there are some precautions you need to be aware of after having that surgery, so there's something that I can adapt to make sure that you're working within those limits in the class as you do your rehab afterwards. And it'll be a great way for you to rehab after having the surgery as well.
That's what I'm hoping, that things are going to be an awful lot quicker.
Had enough now.
Gee, she decided to lie down, that's lovely.
Chilling out now.
But when we were doing during the lockdown, I thought, oh, that's the end of it all. So we had 6 months, and I started coming once a week, then I started coming twice a week, because I thought, oh, this is good, and it was making a difference. And then we went into the lockdown, and I thought, oh, no, it's all going to finish, I'm going to go backwards. However, the effort you put in to making sure that we could still exercise, that we were still all included, how quickly you launched the virtual classes, and how involved we felt with the virtual classes, even though we weren't in the same room. The interaction, it was absolutely wonderful, and it kept me exercising all the way through lockdown, and particularly with lunchtime classes, because I work from home, getting up out of your seat for half an hour to do something. And now, if I want to do something, I've got the virtual recorded classes that I can call on. I'm not as good at doing those as I am as coming in to do.
Better doing live,
because I'm one of these people who work much better when I'm moved out of my environment and put here.
But that said, you do the lunchtime one pretty much every week, don't you? That I do online.
I do, yes. And I normally and I normally do another couple at lunchtime as well, just as a break. The trouble with doing it at home is she joins it. She does enjoy it.
She's a Pilates pro as well.
She is. And she's going to start coming to classes as well.
That's it.
Keep her fit.
When we have our couple Pilates, the dogs are going to come and join in.
Oh, I think so, I think we need to do couple Pilates.
Yeah, it's going to be practicing as well. So what is it that you like most about the membership?
Flexibility. I like the fact that you do daytime classes, you do evening classes, and they're early enough for me to come to. There's also later ones. I can book a class. I don't have to book a whole course of classes now. So if I'm going on holiday for 2 weeks, it doesn't put me off booking 6 weeks, because I can book them as I need them. If I can't come in, I can do them virtually, still live, because then I can, if I know somebody's might be watching me, I don't wander off and make a cup of tea in the middle of the class.
It gives you that bit more accountability.
It does, unfortunately, if I do an on-demand class, I'll start doing something and I'll think, that needs dusting. And I walk to the kitchen, get something and dust something while I'm doing the class. Whereas if it's a virtual class where we're seeing you live and we're working with you live, I'm far more likely to remain engaged.
It takes that temptation away.
It does, doesn't it?
So what would you say to someone who is considering starting Pilates with me?
Oh, don't do it. Because no, it's one of the best choices you can make. It doesn't matter what age you are. The class is aimed at what you can do, and there's always options to stretch yourself. You don't feel daft not being able to do something, because you start with the easy, saying if you want to go a bit harder, not start with a harder one if you can't do that. They are fun, but serious. We always have a bit of a laugh, we have a bit of a conversation, and it really makes a difference to your life. It makes a difference to your flexibility. It makes a difference to how you feel, physically and mentally.
That's brilliant. Thanks so much.
Cheers. Big kiss.
Big kiss.